And we're back. Demon, get up there, hit that switch.
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Why don't you push it and stop fucking talking about it?
Press it instead of talking about how you're going to press it. I need to activate the damn thing. I will walk into it until it does happen.
What are you doing?
Fuck it. Too much work. The talisman works based on your luck.
Remind me what exactly it does?
You do not take damage. Instead, you will just project an after image that flies away and vanishes. Where's my bastard sword? I should spend forever on leveling up the Muramasa. Make it the best weapon in the game. Axe Lord armor!
Whoa!
Yeah. So stupid.
Yeah, that is pretty dumb.
Yeah. Behold my ridiculous attack speed. That's
That
enough.
poor
of it.
plant lady didn't know what was coming.
Or she did and was like, what the fuck? A whole lot of axe murder.
Yes.
Ring of Ares.
What does the Ring of Ares do?
I believe it's adds strength but lowers your defense. So I could equip that and I could take more damage again. Why not? Peanuts!
I would like peanuts.
Yeah, what's the next question?
Favorite RPG?
Good question. That is a significantly larger amount of damage. Okay, so maybe not equip the Ares ring. A little too much. More metal. Favorite RPG. I'm going to assume this means like standard RPG.
That would be my guess.
Oh. Probably Tales of Vesperia then. Kind of put me on the spot there. I'd say Final Fantasy VII, but that's like saying I enjoy breathing.
It's kind of a toss-up for me. I can't decide between a few of them. Granted, I have not played Tales of Vesperia yet. I kind of skipped ahead. So it's on my to-do list. Shortcake?
Yes, I acquired shortcake. I should just eat some food. Eat grapes. Yeah, grapes.
I like how you have to throw food and then pick it up.
Frankfurter. Eat all the cheese.
We are in Wisconsin.
Cheese does more than grapes, apparently.
Well, yeah, grapes are not very filling. Unless you eat 1,000 of them.
We'll eat a whole bunch of grapes.
Anyway, I would
Bastards right here.
put my favorite RPG up to a tie between Grandia 2, Star Ocean 3, or Xillia. Tales of Xillia.
Star Ocean 3, really?
I like that game.
I was kind of surprised. Karma coin and combat knife. Karma, chameleon.
Regardless of what you may think of the late game plot in Star Ocean 3,
Which is super fucking shitty, by the way. So bad that they retconned it.
I love the characters. And the battle music is awesome.
Yes, that is the big plot twist that nobody liked. I feel like that was one of those things where the writer was like, this is brilliant, why did nobody like it?
I thought it was kind of neat. I mean, granted, it was weird, but I thought it was neat. But I wasn't, really invested in the first two Star Ocean games, having never really played them prior to Star Ocean 3, so...
Despite owning Star Ocean 2.
Yes.
Because I told you to buy it.
Yes. Also on my list. Anyway. It's kind of a case where I did not have enough knowledge of the series to be insulted by that plot twist, so I thought it was interesting. Not necessarily the best piece of writing I've ever seen, but I thought it was revolved in a satisfactory way.
Where the characters decided, you know what, fuck you, we exist.
Pretty much.
Which is pretty much, I would say, basically... Whoa, holy shit, chill out, Demon Familiar.
Yeah, that imp really needs to chill the fuck out.
I've never actually seen him do that before.
Yeah, I had my own idea for what was going on behind the scenes in that boss fight, the final boss in Star Ocean 3. And an idea as to how things played out in the quote-unquote real world, such that the universe, as the characters knew it, did not end. Yeah, it's not expounded upon in the game, but it all made sense to me. I thought it was okay. And the weirdness definitely was not enough to ruin the rest of the game for me.
Fucking Devil's on a roll.
Yeah.
Are you just really super fucking desperate to be helpful, Devil Familiar?
I think it is.
Because holy shit.
What does that one do? Just attack things?
Yep. And apparently it hits things a whole bunch at once. Oh, I actually need that guy alive. My bad. It's true, he is my friend. You need to get up here, Discus Lord. God damn it, Devil Familiar.
Maybe turn it off.
Back to Fairy Familiar. You don't kill things that I need alive for brief periods of time. I need to bounce off them properly, which isn't apparently not going to happen. I don't feel like waiting for the, God damn it. I don't feel like... There we go. I don't feel like waiting to get the bat to go up there.
Is there a life up over on the right side?
I don't remember. Ice Brand! But is it better or worse? Better. Freeze that shit.
But I mean, like, I thought I saw a life up or something over here. Maybe it was just that jar.
Nope, a ball-glued mask. Really? I cannot get up there? You gotta be shitting me, man.
Try jumping from slightly higher up.
Try jumping.
Yes, try jumping. You're turning into
Heart box.
Kivo. Anyway.
Cool story, bro. Womp womp. I didn't actually mean to do that one. What is my favorite Metroidvania? I'm playing it right now.
I figured that was going to be your answer.
Well, honestly, I can think of some, but
Stop quoting that awful movie, Noct.
I think it's basically just quoting Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I know.
No point. Ice monsters, chill out. Cannibals, eat this.
Iced that guy.
See? Now you're doing it.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of... There's enough Metroidvanias, but like most of them aren't really memorable, so... I'm gonna just have to stick with Symphony of the Night.
That's a difficult question for me.
Fighting Legion. Naked people. Answer the question at your leisure. I'm just going to stand there for you.
Okay.
Not that I'm getting experience for this.
It's another one of those three-way tie kind of questions. I think my favorite 2D Castlevania is probably Portrait of Ruin. And I know people are going to give me shit for that. You can suck it.
I think they meant like Metroidvania style.
I know
I
that.
was going to say not necessarily Castlevania.
Would you let me talk?
No. Talk faster.
I was going to say my favorite Metroid game is... I've completely lost my train of thought now.
Your favorite Metroid game is...
My favorite 2D Metroid game is probably Zero Mission.
Didn't that just come out on the...
On the Wii U eShop? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it did. I was thinking...
So honestly, I kind of wasted money buying Metroid. Because I could have just waited for Zero Mission to come out.
Yeah, I'll have to pick that up one of these days. Anyway, as for non-Metroid, non-Castlevania, Metroidvanias, I haven't played that many of them, honestly. I think the favorite of the ones I have played, oddly enough, is Mega Man ZX Advent.
I kind of thought you were going to say Shadow Complex.
Shadow Complex was good, but I think I liked Advent more.
I suppose I could bring back Miniature Satan.
You could.
Because I'm like, bro, I'm here to help. Flapping my little tiny ass demon wings. What was my favorite? I like how they used was, like past tense, because I suppose that makes a little bit more sense in this context.
Yes. Yes.
What was my favorite light gun game? The first House of the Dead.
I don't know. Light gun games are not a genre I think about much. Probably why they're using past tense there.
That and they're kind of like arcade specific, really.
Yeah. Yes, they did use Tolkien stuff in this game.
The American version of Castlevania more so.
I think I'm gonna have to pass on this question because I can't really think of any that I've played enough to really remember.
I'm sensing a trend in these questions.
Yeah, you don't say.
What is my favorite third-person shooter? Binary Domain?
Mine would definitely be Mass Effect 2.
Is that going to be your answer when what's your favorite action RPG comes up?
Not necessarily.
What's my favorite first-person shooter? Deus Ex?
I might say Human Revolution on that one.
I'd probably go with Human Revolution, not the original Deus Ex.
I'm trying to think of any other FPSs I've played that I really remember the way I remember Human Revolution.
Oh, you did play Halo.
I did play Halo, but I'm not really a big Halo fan.
Read the books.
That aside, I don't really like the Halo games very much.
Hey.
No, Mass Effect 2 is not a first-person shooter.
Big slime.
There's a big difference between an FPS and Mass Effect.
Mostly in perspective.
Yes, for example, Mass Effect is a third-person shooter, not a first-person shooter. That's really the big difference.
Yeah, it's all about perspective. That's a joke, son.
But yeah, Human Revolution.
What's your favorite platformer, 2D and 3D respectively? I think I'm gonna let you go first on this one.
Favorite? I'd have to think about that one. You're welcome, Ferret.
You know, I wonder if I could survive that hallway full of spikes.
Let's find out.
Why not?
Let's go do something stupid.
How much damage will I take? A lot.
So the answer is no?
Yeah, the answer is definitely no.
Anywho. I suppose it could, Ferret, but anyway. Favorite 3D platformer, I would probably say Banjo-Kazooie. That or Jak and Daxter, one of the two. I would lean toward Banjo-Kazooie.
I'm gonna have to go with probably Mario 64. I mean, I like Jak and Daxter, but after the first game, it's a little less total platformer and more rooty-tooty point-and-shooty.
It's a 3D action game with some platforming.
Yes.
Mario 64 would be like my second runner-up after Banjo-Kazooie. 2D platformer. Once upon a time, I'd have said Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but that was less of a choice in my childhood and less a choice and more a lack of options, because I didn't really have any other games. While I still love Sonic 2, I'm not sure I'd call it my favorite 2D platformer.
Ruby Sanchez.
Yes. It's kind of a tough call.
I'm thinking very hard about my answer, and like I'm not really coming up. I love Mario, but I would have to go with. Well, actually, not even. I don't really think I'd go with Sonic 3 and Knuckles either.
I would say probably my favorite 2D platformer in recent memory is Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Where do I need to go next? Oh, right, Roblox Stars. Frog. Oh, Violent Commando. Took me a second.
I never could get the hang of playing that game.
They needed a hero. What they got was a guy who couldn't even jump. Yeah, well, I think I'll definitely have to go with Violent Commando then. It was not. It was both unique and challenging.
Yeah, I actually have the Xbox Live version of that game. I just never can get the hang of it. It eludes me.
Well, it wasn't the first time you tried to play it, was we were doing co-op?
No, I'm pretty sure I tried to play it before that.
I should play that.
Well, we certainly have the means.
I jokingly say I should play the original first, but that sounds like more work than I'd like to put forth. What with that whole having to have the proper color communicator to unlock boss doors and... Still wait for fucking Warbox's door to path to open up. What is my favorite beat 'em up? The D&D arcade games.
I'm gonna go with the same answer on that one.
The second place goes to the Aliens vs. Predator arcade game, I think.
Time to hunt.
Actually, I lied. I think second place probably goes to Aliens vs. Predator game and Streets of Rage. The second one more than the third one.
Second place for me would probably go to the Simpsons arcade game, because that shit is hilarious.
Also one of the few beat-em up games you played.
Yes.
Man, I remember playing Captain America Avengers.
I don't.
It was one of those games that, like, if it had a beat-em up game, that was probably going to be it. 4-player, quarter-sucking arcade game. What's your favorite fighting game? King of Fighters. No specific one in mind, but it's King of Fighters.
I don't have one.
Guilty Gear and Street Fighter kind of coming in second place with each other. I greatly prefer King of Fighters character designs over Street Fighters. And I don't want to go to the Coliseum yet. I'm going to go unlock that warp room. What's your least favorite genre of video game? Sports?
Yeah.
Simulation games?
Esports, I loathe. Let's see, like real-time strategy, I strongly dislike. Things like Final Fantasy Tactics. Ugh.
Those aren't really simulation games, though. Those are more...
RTS.
Not even RTS, they're strategy
Turn-based
RPGs.
strategy.
Turn-based strategy RPGs.
Yes, I don't like strategy RPGs. I fucking hate esports. I also am not really a fighting game fan. But I would not say that fighting games are anywhere close to my least favorite.
I've never been a huge fan of simulate, well, any games that like things like Minecraft, where it's all about making your own fun, because you know that's not fucking why I play. I buy video games. I buy video games because the fun is made for me. If I want fun to make my own fun, I play tabletop games. What's your least favorite genre of anime? Slice of life. Anything that involves moe. I hate these things in equal measure, which is to say a lot. Yeah, I don't like MOBAs or whatever either. What is your least favorite genre of anime?
Having to think about that one. But, basically what you said. I'm not really fond of the whole harem anime thing either.
I mean, I'd love to have a harem, but I don't care to watch it. Mostly because I would like my harem to be consistent people with real personalities, rather than character archetypes. Bowling cemetery. Hunting girl.
She can hunt me.
Blood cloak. Nice. What's your favorite TRPG game? I'm going to assume you mean strategy RPG, you person who doesn't know how to properly name genres. FFT.
Pass.
I suppose. Well, no, actually, Project Crossroad doesn't really count because the strategy part mostly comes in the form of a grid-based movement, but the rest of the game not so strategic. How are those horses even working?
I don't know.
It's like half a horse.
They're ghost horses, man.
Zombie horses. Also owl knights.
Owl knights, huh?
Behold my owl familiar. It dies in one hit. Sorry to fucking interrupt your bath, Gravekeeper. Taking your green tea and I'm leaving. Oh, this question's for Striker, so I guess I could ignore it. What do you do when you're not playing video games? I don't understand the question.
When Alex isn't playing video games, he's either asleep or at work.
Pretty much.
When I'm not playing video games, I'm either asleep, at work, or watching LPs of video games.
See, I don't really watch LPs because, you know, I just play video games myself. $1,000.
Occasionally, I also read or write.
Do you have any bad habits when it comes to making new characters in D&D? Not really. Unless you would call naming your weapons a bad habit, but Castlevania and Suikoden kind of are the cause of that one.
I really hate making new characters, but does constantly making female characters count as a bad habit?
Yes, it does, Chris Claremont.
Smoke a pole.
Shut up, phone! You need to chill the fuck out.
Might want to turn the preview off in there.
Yeah, that too. Next time on Critical Bromance, probably more questions and just continuing topic of conversation about bad habits and character creation, I guess.